Hey.
Welcome back, CHRISSY CREW. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is day 7 of 25 days of CHRISSY. Vlogmas with CHRISSY, whatever you guys want to call it. Today is day 7. And we are going to be making white rice, skirt steak, and beans. It's going to be delicious. I cannot wait. So if you guys want to cook this with me, then keep on watching. Then keep on watching. If you guys have not yet subscribed to be part of the CHRISSY Crew, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up if you like this video, and if you guys want to see more Vlogmas. And if you guys want to see more Vlogmas, also give this video a thumbs up if you've been liking my Vlogmas videos. It's been super fun recording and cooking with you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying these videos as much as I am. So let's get right into it. I already have my rice cooking. I use a rice pot when I make white rice and beans because I use my normal rice pot to make my beans because I make a full can of beans. So whatever I don't eat, usually we only eat about half of it, so the rest I put in the freezer. So I use a rice pot to make my white rice. Super easy, super simple. You literally just put the water, the rice, oil, salt, whatever you guys use to make your white rice, put it in together, stir it up, and hit it. So let me show you guys actually. So this is the rice pot here. This is on warm, so that means it's already done most of the cooking. When you first start it, it goes on cook, which is like a red light. It cooks, and then once it's at a certain point, it switches automatically. You don't have to turn the rice. You don't have to check on the rice. It cooks it perfectly for you each and every time. So I like to use that as a cheat sheet. If I'm not making white rice and beans and I'm making like chicken and broccoli or whatever, I'll use this to make my white rice. But when I have to use this pot, I'll use my rice cooker. Or if I'm being lazy, I'll use the rice cooker so I don't have to pay attention to the rice. I can just put it in there and forget about it. So that's cooking. That's been on for maybe like 15-20 minutes, maybe like 15 minutes. So we're going to get right into the meat and the beans. I have my Goya pink beans, my tomato sauce, my Vienna sausage. I do put Vienna sausage in my beans. Sometimes I'll put like salchichon, but I actually used the rest the other day or yesterday. I don't know when I used the rest, but I know I don't have any more. So I'm putting these in. I got my little sofrito. I have salt, parsley, black pepper, meat tenderizer, my accent, garlic powder, and adobo. So that's what we're going to use for the steak and the beans. Keep it simple, super easy. So first we're gonna start the beans off because the beans are really simple. Being that they're already like in the can, I don't have to cook them. They're not fresh beans. If you had fresh beans, you would have to do something different. I've only made fresh beans once. Can't remember how it came out. Probably came out good, but I always make canned beans. I'm a Puerto Rican, but like I'm not full Puerto Rican where I'm doing all this fancy fresh beans and all that stuff. One day though, one day I'll definitely make it with you guys if you guys want to see me make fresh beans. So leave it down in the comments below if that's what you want to see. I'll definitely do that if you guys request it. I'm gonna put just a spoon because I'm gonna use the rest of this for my steak. I only have a little bit left. I'm so sad. Put a spoon in there. We're gonna take garlic powder. We're gonna take a packet of sazon. We're going to take black pepper, parsley. This is the same way that I make my rice. If you guys remember from the first video I made from Vlogmas, I believe I made red rice and beans. It's the same thing that I do for my red rice and beans. I just don't add the rice in it, pretty much. I don't add the rice and I add tomato sauce. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to add in some bean juice just so that we can get that flowing and stirring up. I'll do that after I cut up my sausages, and then we'll get it right to cooking. It really doesn't need to cook a lot. You just have to, you know, let it heat up. Oh, and I did end up getting red potatoes when I went to the supermarket, so we're gonna put some red potatoes in there. I probably won't use all of this. I'm gonna start with this one first. I don't put a lot of potatoes in my beans, but I do like having potatoes. If I don't have potatoes, I'll use pumpkin. I don't use pumpkin often, but I definitely have before. I love it with pumpkin. My mom, that's the way that she used to make it. And my mom makes fresh beans. I don't know if she still makes it anymore. Like once her kids left her coop, she stopped cooking. So I don't know if she makes fresh beans or she does make it, but when she has like everybody over. But with hers, she puts pumpkin in it and it's just so delicious. She puts all the fresh seasonings and herbs and like she does the fresh beans. Like she's like legit, like she does it amazing. So that's where I get the pumpkin from. But I don't have that. I have my potatoes. I always use the potatoes anyway. And now we're gonna get our sausages cut. And we're gonna get the juices flowing in here. So let's just add a little bit of bean juice. I'm gonna put the fire on low just for now because I need to cut up. I'm sorry, I'm all up in the camera. I need to cut up the sausage, the salchicha. So I'm just gonna put this on low just to get heated up a little bit, and then I'm gonna throw those in here. Let me know how you guys like Angel singing. All right, so we got this cut up. Let's add this in the pot and mix it up. While this is just heating up, I'm going to peel a potato. I do really want to try my best to make this video as short as possible, because my last video I thought was going to be like super quick, like not a long video, and it ended up turning 36 minutes. So that's a long video, and that's a lot of editing. So we're going to keep this nice and simple. I really don't have much to talk about today. I did get my tree stand, so I'm going to change the tree out to the new stand, and I'm going to decorate tonight. I'm not decorating with you guys, I'm sorry, but I will definitely show you the tree tomorrow. As much as I can decorate, I'll do. And I'll show you guys tomorrow for sure how it looks, you know, and if it comes out cute. I mean, it'll come out cute. It won't be like amazing, but it'll be cute. And when I cut the potatoes, I don't cut too big of pieces. I just kind of cut them into little pieces, really, just so that it cooks in time with everything else. Angel approves of this, so of course you can get another taste. All right, so we're gonna throw potatoes in. Gonna throw our beans in, and we're throwing all the beans in today. Mix it up. Take our tomato sauce. You gotta be careful with these. I've cut myself many times. Pour the tomato sauce in. I also add a little bit of water into the can just so that the beans aren't so thick. Let's stir it, see how it looks. This is good. I don't like my beans too watery, but I also don't like them so thick. It needs to be like a nice little balance. A little thick, a little juicy, you know. This is how your beans should look if you want it to look like mine. So this is how they look. Nice and flavorful. You got the potatoes, you got the little salchicha, you got your beans. Look at all that flavor. All right. So this is gonna get covered, and I'm gonna move it to the back and put it on medium. What I'm gonna do before I start with my steak, I'm not gonna lie, I know I said I don't check the rice and do all of that, but I do check it, you know, once it's been cooking for a while. So I'm just gonna check it, give it a little stir, you know, fluff it up. Oh, perfect. Show you guys how it looked. Look at that. So easy, nice and fluffy, perfectly soft, delicious. So being that this is done, I am gonna take the plug out. There's no like on and off button. You have to pull the plug out in order to turn it off. So I'm gonna take the plug out. We're gonna let that sit, and we're gonna get to our skirt steak. So mine comes like this because I don't know, they cut it like this. It's so annoying, and they be so expensive for no reason. I mean not no reason, but they be expensive. So depending on how thick it is, I'll cut it in half. Like I'll slice through it. But this one is thin. So what I do is I don't sear it all with one size. I have to cut it up to fit in the pan. So I'll cut them in little pieces, you know. This is not thick, but this is a little thick. But since I have thinner pieces, I'm gonna leave it. I like mine a little bit more thicker. I cut them thinner because Angel likes his a little bit more thinner. This piece here is definitely a little thicker. So I'm gonna just cut the end off where it's thinner. And then we're gonna take our knife and try our best not to cut ourselves and go through this. Sometimes my knife is super dull if I don't sharpen it beforehand, which I didn't. So this is gonna be a little tough, but we're gonna get, oh, see? And be careful, that could have cut me. All right, nice and thin. I'm just gonna throw that in. For seasonings, we're gonna take the meat tenderizer first. Just drizzle some on here so that, you know, it could get nice and tender. Let's take some accent before I forget. We're gonna put some accent on this. It's gonna be delicious. I'm gonna take the rest of my sofrito, dump it right in. I don't use sofrito all the time, But since I just have a little bit left, I figured I'm just going to use it. We're going to take garlic powder. I do use my hands to stir it around. And I put enough to coat everything. Take a little salt. That was a lot of salt. And some black pepper. Some parsley. This is how I season my skirt steak. You can season yours however you like. I always use just like Spanish seasonings. It tastes delicious. What I also do is put vinegar. So we're going to put some vinegar in here. I'm just mixing around all the seasonings. Oh, my adobo. Hello. Adobo. Not too much. Adobo is pretty salty. Pack of sazon. This one is already open because I used it the other day. I don't use all my sazon sometimes. So whatever's left in here, I'm just going to drizzle it on. Mix it up. We don't want the sazon to stay in one place. So we're going to mix it up. I'm looking at my beans and my fire is high. You don't want your fire high because your beans will get stuck to the bottom of the pan. You don't want that. That's basically burning your beans. You don't want that. So I had to lower it. I didn't realize it was so high because I noticed it because I saw the bubbling up and I was like, what the hell? So just gonna mix it up, make sure there's nothing stuck. Next, I'm gonna take some fresh garlic. 2 cloves should be good. What I would do is put garlic paste in this, of course, as well. But I didn't get any garlic paste. I'm gonna grate it. This is literally the easiest way to get some fresh garlic cut up. Like, this is so easy. This is the best thing I ever did. Because having to chop the garlic, oh, it's just time consuming and dangerous. This is just so easy. It's still dangerous, but easy. Look, all done. Nice and done. Just scrape everything off of the grater. Get that off. I'm gonna take a fork to mix this garlic up. Then we're gonna pour some vinegar. I like to pour a lot of vinegar because I like the juices. Like, I like it soaking in the vinegar. It has like a nice kind of a acidity, I guess you could say, acidity to it. Also makes the meat tender as well because vinegar is vinegar. So when you put vinegar on things, you know, it could kind of sort of cook certain things, but with meat, it just kind of gives it like a punch, just soaks into it, gives it a little kick. So I like that. And you see all the juice it produced? So now when I cook it, I'll have just nice, flavorful juice. So we're gonna let that sit. And while our beans are cooking, since the rice is done, we can actually start cooking the steak. Let's clean this up. This is the steak. Look at that. Look at the juices. Just look at the liquid. Look how delicious it looks. So flavorful. So delicious. Let me stir it around for you guys. Look at that. Oof. Amazing. So I said this whole spiel to you guys and I realized I wasn't even recording like an asshole. So I put some meat in here. I was just basically saying I tend to like my meat to sit a little bit longer and marinate a little bit more. And I do make a chimichurri whipped skirt steak sometimes. I haven't made it in a little while. But when I do make the chimichurri, I don't put as much vinegar in here because I like the chimichurri to be the sauce for this. But when I don't make chimichurri, I put a bunch of vinegar so that as it's cooking, it's having the sauce there, cook with it. And then like at the end, you have a whole bunch of sauce. That's the couple of pieces I put in already. I'm going to let this cook on this side. We're going to flip it over. And then I take them out to rest for a few minutes while I cook the other ones. This is beans. Got to mix it up. You guys can smell, oh my god, delicious. I'm gonna lower my beans because it's starting to get stuck on the bottom. You don't want that. That's another reason why my pan is so scraped. Look, see, that's all on the bottom. We don't want that. Let's turn our steak. So that there was our steak flipped. Once these cook on this side, I'm not going to cook them all the way. I'm going to just let it sit for maybe another minute. I'm going to take them out. We're going to put the next ones in. And I let them rest for not even a minute, honestly. I let them rest for a second while I put these in. I'll cut them up. And then I'm going to put it back in there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish cooking these off. And then once everything is done and back in the pan, I'll show you guys. Because it just has to cook a few more minutes after that. guys. So you guys saw me pour in the juice. I cut up the meat, and now I'm just gonna let it kind of finish cooking in here. I didn't cook the meat all the way because I don't want it too well done before I put the juice back in. I'm gonna lower it just a little bit. I'm just gonna cover it for a few minutes so that the steam could soak it all up. I mean, so that the steam could, you know, go into the meat, finish cooking the meat without it being on high and, you know, eating up all the juice and taking up all that juice. So I lowered it just a little bit. This will cook for a few more minutes, maybe like 3 or 4 minutes, not too long. Skirt steak cooks pretty fast. Let me show you guys. So this is what it looks like, all cut up with the juice in it. I also have to let it cook a few minutes because the juice was with the raw meat. So we got to make sure that the juice is, you know, cooked enough where there's not still raw particles in there. So we got to get that on the heat and, you know, get everything flowing. If your juice gets too thick or like evaporates, you can always add a little bit more water and cook it on low so that, you know, that water can soak up all those juices and all those flavors that are now stuck to the pot. But that's why I put it on low, so that the juice doesn't evaporate but still heats up the meat, gets the flavor inside the meat, because now the meat is cut up, so all the inside now is getting all those juices. All those little pieces are getting all those juices. So good. Very, very good. But that's pretty much it, guys, honestly. I really should have made some shrimp, like some shrimp scampi, or just like maybe some, not fried, but like sauteed shrimp or something. I didn't think about it until the end, and it's too late to make it now because we're hungry and we're gonna have to eat. But that's pretty much it. This was a super fast video. One, because I already made some of the food because it's white rice, so I really don't need to show you guys how to make white rice. Two, I didn't cook a lot of things, and the things that I did cook, super simple. So I do hope you guys like this video. I'm going to show you our plates because our plates are going to be like small. I'll show you a plate actually. And here is the final plate, you guys. It's not much on here, but it's gonna taste delicious. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys have not yet subscribed to be part of the CHRISSY Crew, hit that subscribe button down below. Give this video a big thumbs up, and I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.